Ain't letting a perish aboard the Titanic because there was no lifeline for our ancestors. Again, hit that like button, share and subscribe, and don't forget our ancestors who died on the Titanic. Black Titanic.
Okay, so to Melody, the person I've been with for over 14 years, I grew up with you. We've accomplished a lot in life. We got 4 beautiful children, and I wouldn't be the person that I am, and I'm not talking about the negative things, but I wouldn't be the person I am without you. I do love you. I love what we stood for, and it's my deepest hope that we can, co-parent together, accomplish that, and make sure that we raise our children in the same way that we wanted to raise them when we were together. So I just want to know that I am sorry to have put you through this, my children through this, our families through this. It hurts me, and I know it hurts you just as much as it hurts me, and I'm sorry, Melody, for everything that I've done, everything. And I thank you for the opportunities that you gave me. You gave me plenty of chances to get it right. God gave you plenty of chances to get it right. I remember us talking about things in terms of God blessing us and showing us favor, and then every time I step out, we lose that favor. And to you, I wish you the best in life, your career, and from the bottom of my heart, I am sorry. I am.
Okay, y'all, Martel done created a monster. This is right after the Mother's Day when he ignored her. Now, everybody thought that she had said she had seen the light also. But people thought maybe she was going to move on. But the thought of that and y'all putting it in Martel's head, don't put that in Martel's head for him to leave me. That's what she talking about. Listen at her. He done created a monster. She done disrespected his mother. Y'all, oh God. She has sorry, y'all. I think right here. Anyway, he have created a monster. She have disrespected his mother, y'all. Y'all remember when he ignored her on Mother's Day? That's because she had been talking about his mother real bad. And then y'all know this girl just crazy as hell. Martel was ignoring her, so she started taking dish at Martel mom. This man respect his mother. Y'all saw this relationship he got with his mother. He respect his mother. Arian don't have no respect for the elders or her mother, or her aunts and her grandmother. We saw how she was cussing and tooting and twirling her butt in front of her grandmother. Martel don't play that. And Miss Marlene don't allow her at her house. She felt like she should take Melody place now that they're divorced. She should be able to go to Miss Marlene's house. So Miss Marlene ain't playing that. No. Melody's still her granddaughter, her daughter-in-law. And those children are still her grandkids. So I don't know if she have a relationship with not Miss Marlene, but it don't appear she do, y'all. But anyway, here she go. Oh yeah, and a thought of y'all just saying that she should leave him. Oh no, don't put those thoughts in Martel's head for him to get rid of her.
Nothing to see here. I will block him and be at his house in 10 minutes for lunch. Like, y'all, I'm telling y'all, I say one thing and they take it as it's over. Over between who?
Y'all see that? How dare y'all?
I'm so glad you're doing this. I'm so glad you're moving. Girl, who?
Look at the frown. She used to be laughing and stuff.
No victim. Did not put myself in the spotlight. I did not need to talk about another woman for a TV show. Are y'all stupid?
There she
or
go.
Slow, or dumb, or both?
Digging that mail. Now, this is what we need to know.
I can't even get on here and laugh and joke with y'all. Like, mark my word, y'all wouldn't.
Now, we need Martel to do this. Check this girl on national social media about Melody. And then when I hear that, I can start saying, well, maybe he's healing. Maybe he's serious. But until I hear him check this girl on national media for dogging Melody out, I'm not going to believe nothing he say. Now, y'all saw the other video. We've been down this road before where he called himself had a change of heart with Melody. About a month or two later, he was back up there dogging Melody out. Hey, y'all. I'm glad I found this because a light bulb went out off in my head when Melody Mama was being interviewed. I think it was by what's happening. And she said that Martel took the furniture and the children was laying on. No, yeah, Martel took the furniture. He would not let Melody get the furniture. In Melody's new home, the children was laying on the floor on air mattresses. And look who threw it. Look who's throwing it back up in her face, y'all. We missed that. I had missed that because I had never heard yet that that the kids were sleeping on air mattresses. But she knew. Also, I wonder if this woman got her furniture. Allegedly, that's what they say. Y'all know my oldest sister. She turned 82 this year. She lives on Melody Street. And I think, according to some of the people on that street, she got Melody furniture. I don't know. This is allegedly. But she got the nerve to make fun of her. This girl don't have no pride. Listen now. Listen at her carefully. She's so boring, man. It's hard. Girl.
You don't have to like the right choices I made, but this is my life and this is not yours. And Ariana Curry has to deal with the consequences of her life. Your opinion really doesn't matter. Probably about 2 years ago, I probably was stressed out sitting somewhere thinking like, oh my God. But now I'm thinking like, girl, these people sleeping on air mattresses and the nerve of them to have to talk about you. And you sleeping on an air mattress or you living in a shack. You living in.
There you go. Y'all hear that? You sleeping on the air mattress. She talking about Melody. And she felt like Melody was going to be in a shack. She felt like Melody was going to reduce to that. But no, she's not.
About that's all on you. That's all on you. That's all on you. And guess what? Guess who's still checking?
This girl.
Yes. But y'all know that though.
Girl, that man ain't checking for you. He just said that he didn't want you. He didn't want to marry you. Damn, stupid. Oh, she boring. Any day.
It definitely did struck a nerve. I believe that you can. You okay. All y'all are entitled to your own opinion. I don't have to agree with it. I don't have to like it. You don't have to like what I did in life. You don't have to like how I feel. You don't have to like the wrong choices I've made. You don't have to like the right choices I've made. But this is my life and this is not yours. And Ariana Curry has to deal with the consequences of her life. Your opinion really doesn't matter. Probably about 2 years ago, I probably was stressed out sitting somewhere thinking like, oh my God. But now I'm thinking like, girl, these people sleep on air mattresses and the nerve of them to have to talk about you. And you sleeping on an air mattress or you living in a shack, you living in a building where it's, let me stop.
Yeah, stop. Because we know you're talking about Melody. Her mama always said it. Her mama already said that they were sleeping on mattresses. And for your opinion, they're not in no shack.
To go over, but you don't know my story. People see when she moved into this house, she had no furniture. We were sleeping on air mattresses. Because her ex-husband, even though they had 2 full houses of furniture, he wouldn't let her take any of it. And she was the...
Okay, y'all. This is about reparation. Listen very carefully.
Right now, the reparations movement is very heavy. We're talking reparations very heavy out here in California, where I'm from. They put out the reparations pamphlet, which was like a 500-page document, really outlining the reason for reparations. Very well documented paper, a lot of good stuff in it. Now, what I'm waiting on the compensation part. That's going to come out in a couple of weeks. The compensatory part is going to come out in a couple of weeks. That's what I have my eye on. All right. And let's be very clear. Remember, family, when it comes to compensation for foundational Black Americans, it has to be cash payments first. I hear a lot of people who are brought in by the Democrats and other shills who say, well, reparations shouldn't only be a check. All of that talk, look, it should be a check first. All right. Let's get the checks going first, and then we'll talk about what else can constitute reparations, but definitely a check. All right. Let's be very clear. It has to be a check, and other things included, that's fine. But we're not going to do some type of compensation. And
for those of you that don't know who the speaker is, he is Brother Tariq Nasheed. Now, if you guys interested in getting reparation from your family, go to his site, the Twitter Spaces, Tariq Nasheed. Go look at anything and everything that he talks about on reparation, so you can get reparation for your children, for yourself. Now me, I'm willing to take $1 million per everybody in my family. I mean, I don't want no less than $1 million per everybody in my family or more.
In spite of a check, or as opposed to getting a check. No, everything that they recommend comes with a check. Okay? Got to get the check first. The check is first. Let's tally up how many Black FBA Californians are going to get a check from the state and the federal government or whoever we need to get it from. Let's tally that up, find out what the dollar amount is, and start sending them out. I'm going to be right at my mailbox waiting. It has to be a check first. Family, don't let them start talking about education vouchers, business loans, and all of that stuff. It's going to have to be a check first. Check first, check first, check first. Then we can get into housing or land grants, all of that stuff, but check first. None of these intangible things. Let's not let them do anything intangible, anything where they say, well, education. Education is not tangible, all right? That's not going to cut it. Education is actually relative. Education is relative. What type of education are you going to get? Is that education going to transform into a tangible resource? Education is intangible. That's why they like to push that as some form of compensation. education ain't good enough, because education is relative. And also, you can get education without going to school. Life is education. Just living and experiencing life is education. I got my greatest education on the damn streets.
Sure.
I don't recommend that for everybody else. I've learned more on the streets than I learned in a school. So you can get education anywhere. Life is an education process. You learn from just living life. So we're not going to go for these intangibles. It has to be something tangible. And we have to keep our foot down on that. But going back, they're talking about right now, a lot of people are, their antennas are up because of the requirements. The reparations thing is real now. And we designated that the requirements will be the people who are eligible are foundational Black Americans, Black people who descended from slaves, Black people who descended from freemen, Black people who can trace their lineage back before the 1900s. Great criteria. All right? That has a lot of people shook, because now it's getting real. That right there was very important to designate who gets it. That was a very important step, family. I want the family to know how important that step was. Shout out to my sister Lioness. I see you, sister. I want the family to understand how important that step was. That was important because the dominant society and their flunkies, they've already had a plan to try to get us to include everybody. They thought that we were going to do the kumbaya, and they knew we could get these Negroes on reparations. Let's just have them do this whole thing where everybody's eligible, and then we'll just cash everybody else out instead of them, and we'll still be in the same position. That was their plan. They thought we were going to kumbaya this thing, and they thought that they were going to use tethers to help do it, and we didn't go for that. They kept trying to shame us into saying, hey, if you, all Black people get mistreated, all Black people got to deal with racism. If you leave Black folks out who are non-FBA, that's divisive. You don't want to be divisive. That's like white folk. They start talking all that dumbass talk. That didn't bother us. We didn't bend it. We're not trying to get reparations for racism. We're getting reparations for slavery that was done to a specific group. Don't ever let people change that topic. They'll try to conflate slavery with just general racism that everybody goes through. And we are not going for that. We're talking about compensation for very specific deed that was done to a very specific group, which were foundational Black Americans. Nobody else were treated, and they were put in the same circumstantial predicament that we were put in. We were put in a unique situation, and we as a unique group will be compensated in a unique way, and everybody else is not included.
Okay, y'all.
They have been so used to us not being on that. This is sending shockwaves to people. People don't know how to react. So now that this thing is real, and we've been stomping hard out here in California, and everybody knows when something gets started in California, this is usually the template of what's going to happen around the nation.
Okay, y'all heard him. Y'all go listen to this all the way through. Look at everything he says on reparation. This is the state of California. So each state is got to have a reparation. You know, each state's got their own laws and rules. But we have to start this reparation in every state. It's already a headquarter in Atlanta. So anyway, y'all look at Tariq Nasheed for reparation.
Also paying tired.
This is Ice Cube on the contract.
It's absolutely financial. And, you heard Candace Owens as we led into
Ice Cube on the reparation contract for Black America. You people lost y'all mind when this man said that we should vote for whoever was going to give us reparation. Y'all lost your mind. Biden said no. Trump said yes. That's when the war started, that this man had betrayed us because he said we need to be smarter in our votes. Here it is. I'm almost about to die in my old age. I done voted year after year after year. Ain't nothing changed for the black community voting Democrat. So now I've had a change of heart. Whoever gonna give I want to leave a legacy, generational wealth to my children. Whichever one of these races give me reparation, that's who I'm gonna vote for. Oh boy.
To make sure that all these political people understand that we have to help a specific group of Americans to stop all this stuff that's going on in the streets, because the country is coming apart at the seams. I don't know why people don't see the real problem. It's not just police, it's financially.
Of course, it's absolutely financial. And, you heard Candace Owens as we led into this segment, and she questions why it is possible that the party of historically slavery and segregation gets 90% of the African American vote. Are people starting to understand?
Did y'all get that? The party of slavery is always been Democrat. It was the Republicans that freed us, y'all. The Republicans. I don't know how the hell it changed, but we voting Democrat now. They got us. They got us good because we've been voting over 50 years and they still turning their nose up at us, treating us like a dog, looking at our kids being slaughtered in the middle of the road, won't do nothing, won't even help out. Won't give us nothing, though we vote 90% of our vote. Oh Lord, that's the only time we get together is to put our slave masters back in office.
That it hasn't happened, given all of these promises. Do you believe that you are going to see change?
I don't know. What I don't want to be is clumped up with other people. They clumping me up with people like Kanye West and 50 Cent. I'm my own person. We've come up with this plan with a lot of great people, and so we just want to be taken seriously. There's a lot of people that just want you to kind of shut up and rap and all this kind of stuff, but that's not the case. What we know is we've been part of both parties at some point in American history, and our situation hasn't changed. So we have to do something different. And so, whatever that is, I'm really pleading to not only the
Kamala Harris, she's running for the vice presidency. I call her Miss Lock Up Her Brother, for when she was the AG in California, a Negro knew, a black man knew that he was dead in the water. He was dead in the water. Matter of fact, you don't need a trial. You might well go into jail if you appear before her, because she took pride in locking up black folk. And now all of a sudden she's trying to be sister girl. I'm telling you, check out her record. She locked us up left and right. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Yes, you did, Kamala, however I should pronounce it, you did. And now we're supposed to forget all that stuff. And she boasted in California that she was one of the first.
Okay. I'm trying to educate you guys on voting. Next time you vote, if you're a voter, do your research on the individual. Other ethnic groups just don't vote one party all the time. Black people vote Democrat all the time. And over 50 years, they haven't did anything for us. Both of them racist. The Republicans and the black and the Democrat. But the Democrat is more racist than the Republican. You guys just can't see it. Okay, here's Kamala Harris truancy laws.
Children getting educated.
Mm-hmm.
If you come back with a litany of parents who were sent to jail under this woman, when her concern was to make sure Black children got educated, let's have that honest conversation as adults, as mature adults.
I did an analysis of who the homicide victims were who were under the age of 25. And the information came back to me, 94% of them were high school dropouts. And I said, look, I'm prepared to play the bad guy on this. I do not intend to put any parent in jail, and no parent went to jail.
She lands.
On March 13, 2013, I was arrested for truancy for my child, and she has a chronic illness called sickle cell anemia. This is me. The day they came and arrested me at my house, I was unaware that they even was considering my child to be a truant. Her diagnosis, sickle cell, is a really chronic disorder. There's no cure for it. They pretty much are born with it as a hereditary blood disorder that affects every major organ in their body, everyone, the brain, the heart, the lungs, anything that is related, the eyes, they have strokes, high rates of strokes. Sickle cell, it's not a known, people don't know about it. They don't know, they know of it, but you don't really know about it. And it's a totally different thing when you're living it. And right now, I'm living the worst nightmare that any mother can possibly understand and go through, to feel, to be arrested based on the fact that your child has a chronic illness and her illness prevents her from going to school. And I get arrested for truancy. It's documented that my child has an illness. She's chronically ill. The way her care is done, and for them to not just provide the services that are needed for me to be successful to help my child, they went ahead and arrested me.
Tantamount to a crime. So I decided I was going to start prosecuting parents for truancy.
Only Black parents,
Well,
y'all.
This was a little controversial in San Francisco. And frankly, my staff went bananas. They were very concerned because we didn't know at the time whether I was going to have an opponent in my reelection race. But I said, look, I'm done. This is a serious issue, and I've got a little political capital, and I'm going to spend some of it.
She was a
And this is
prosecutor.
what we did.
She slept her way
We
to the top,
recognized that in that initiative,
allegedly.
as a prosecutor and law enforcement, I have a huge stick. The school district has got a carrot. Let's work in tandem around our collective objective and goal, which is to get those kids in school. So to that end, on my letterhead, now let me tell you something about my letterhead. When you're the DA of a major city in this country, usually the job comes with a badge. And there is often an artistic rendering of said badge on your stationery. So I sent a letter out on my letterhead to every parent in the school district, outlining the connection that was statistically proven between elementary school truancy, high school dropouts, who will become a victim of crime, and who will become a perpetrator of crime. We sent it out to everyone. A friend of mine actually called me and he said, Kamala, my wife got the letter. She freaked out. She brought all.
Y'all heard what she said. She sent the letter to who she felt like children's. We just gonna put on out there. These were Black kids. They had not committed any crime. She talking about from elementary school on down. She was taking Black children, mothers to jail. That's what she was doing. That's right. That's Kamala Harris. That's who y'all voting into office. Somebody that hate your Black kids. She's not a Black woman, y'all. This woman from India, this woman don't have no connection to the Black community. Her dad was Black, but he was from over, I don't know, he's from Africa or the Caribbean island. Her mother from India. She has no connection with us. She don't eat her own dad done disown her for the way she treated the black community.
The kids into the living room, held up the letter, said, if you don't go to school, Kamala's going to put you and me in jail. Yes, we achieved intended effect.
She's laughing about it.
Time tonight because her son won't stop skipping school. Now, she says she's done everything she can to make him go and wants him.
So, as you can see, Kamala Harris' truancy laws is only dedicated towards black children.
Kindergarten through fourth grade haven't shown up for class. The team started in the morning to catch them at home, and they immediately meet their mark.
Our job is to get parents and children on board.
This is some up in the window.
But just a few houses down their list, they find a mother reluctant to come out, and they soon learn why. When the door finally opens, officers find two young children who should be in school.
They sick. These children are sick.
This woman and all the others will be held in jail overnight, and they'll appear before a judge in the morning.
In order to be able to succeed, they need an education, and so it hurts you as a human being.
Well, why you don't pick up white kids?
To know that they're not getting that education and that right to succeed in life.
In Dayton, Holly Samuels, 2 News.
So y'all see how her laws is affecting the black community and our children, snatching these mothers away from their children. These children are missing days because most of them got sickle cell anemia, they leukemia, serious illness that where they supposed to excuse these children. All right, y'all. Kamala Harris in office no more. Don't vote for her no more.